Hello, welcome to Soul Stretch. My name is Dana and I am the yoga instructor for the Soul Stretch class. And I'm excited to share another yoga session with you. Today's class is just going to be a nice slow flow. The weather is nice here, so we just wanted to get outside and just move a little bit. So let's begin by just settling in for a moment, finding a comfortable seat. I always like to say that you can sit on a bolster, block, pillow, towel, whatever, to help you elevate your hips just slightly so that you can sit up nice and tall. Find what feels good for you. And we're just going to begin to settle into our seat. And as you begin to settle down, just keep in mind that this is your practice and it's for your body. And so do what feels good for you. Don't try to push too hard. Don't try to stretch too far. Listen to your body and its cues. So we're just beginning to slow our breathing a little bit. Relaxing into our hips. Still sitting up nice and tall, but we're also relaxing our shoulders. Relaxing any tension that you might have in your jaw. Maybe even giving yourself a nice massage. Releasing any tension that might be between your brows. And just continue to breathe here. And on your next inhale, do your best to get your inhalation to reach down deep into your belly. This is just accessing the diaphragm, which allows the body to then relax even more. I always find it helpful to place one hand on my belly, and when I breathe in, I try to get my hand to expand with my belly. And just continue to breathe here, moving at your own pace. And on your next inhalation, let's bring both arms up overhead, reaching towards the sky. And then drawing them towards our heart space, keeping the hands in prayer position. Continuing to breathe here. Let's do that a few more times. So bring the arms up and overhead, reaching towards the sky. You could even then look up at your hands and then draw them back down towards your heart space. Pausing here for just a moment. Let's do that again, reaching up overhead. And then drawing the hands back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw the hands to the heart space. And on your next inhalation, we're going to take our left hand and bring it back behind us, turning from the torso and the upper body. Placing our right hand on our left knee. Just a gentle twist. Looking over your left shoulder. Continue to breathe. And let's inhale, coming back to center, but we are keeping our hands on our opposite knees. So left hand is on right knee, right hand is on left knee, and we're just going to round our spine here, tucking the chin, and then opening up the arms into goalposts, really bringing those shoulder blades together. Let's exhale and cross our arms in the opposite direction. Right now over left. And rounding once again. Exhaling into the round spine. Inhale, opening back up. Exhale, crossing again. Inhale, opening back up. Really making sure to draw those shoulder blades together. Opening up the heart space, opening up the shoulders. And coming back to center. Rounding once again. Okay, now that we're back to center, we're going to take our right arm, bring it back behind us, twisting from the torso and upper body. Left hand is on right knee, and you're looking beyond your right shoulder. Continue to breathe here. And exhale, coming back to center. Now we're going to move to our tabletop position. So any props that you had, if you had any, you can now move to the side. We're going to come to our hands and knees. And like I've said in previous classes, you always want your joints to be stacked. So shoulders, elbow, wrists are all in line as best as you can. Your hips are then stacked over your knees. And from here, we're going to do our cat-cow. So on your next inhalation, we're going to drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, lift the chin. This is your cow. Inhale. And on your next exhale, we're going to round the spine, drop the tailbone, reach. Moving back into cow, lifting the tailbone, drawing the shoulders back, dropping the belly. Inhale. And rounding into cat. Let's do a few more of these at your own pace. one more round here. Dropping belly into cow. And then exhaling into cat. And we're going to come back to our tabletop now, back to center, finding a nice neutral spine. But we want to make sure that we have a nice amount of balance here. So to begin, let's start by making sure our joints are stacked once again, but then elongating the right leg. And for now, we're just keeping the toes on the ground and just stretching through that calf muscle. And when you're ready and you feel steady, we're going to strengthen the core, really access the core here, and lift that right leg. And if you feel good here, you can then extend the left arm. Only if you feel stable. It's okay to shake a little bit, just make sure you're continuing to breathe. Coming back to center. We can stretch that calf muscle once again. And let's actually lift that right leg again. And then we're going to just do a few taps. So over the left leg, crossing over, tapping that toe to the ground. Then coming back, tapping that toe on the right side, lifting again. Tapping on the left, then tapping on the right. Let's do that one more time. Remember to breathe. And then coming back to center. You could take a moment to roll out your wrists a little bit, because that's quite a bit of work on the wrists. You could do that just by rolling. Sometimes I like to just place them in the opposite directions, fingertips facing the knees, and just sitting back helps to open up the wrists a little bit more. Or you could just simply roll them out. Okay. Let's come back to a nice neutral spine in our tabletop position. Making sure to now use your core. We're going to elongate the left leg, really stretching out through that calf muscle. This should feel good. If it doesn't, stop. You don't want to pull any muscles because you've gone too far. So back off if you start to feel something that similar to like a pinch. Your body will tell you when you've moved too far. And when you're ready, and you feel nice and stable, let's lift that left leg, making sure to really hold your core. And when you feel ready, you can bring out the opposite arm, your right arm. And just hold here for a moment, continuing to breathe. And coming back to center. Let's stretch through that calf muscle once again. Lift one more time and do our toe taps. Remember to breathe into your movement. Find what feels good for you. And I'm going to cross over one more time. And then come back to center. Once again, you can roll out your wrists. Stretch them out a little bit. And from here, we are going to move into a child's pose. So that's just on your knees and then folding the body over the knees down onto your mat. You can elongate your arms. This is extended child's pose. You can even bring them back behind you. And this is where you allow the body to rest, so find what feels good. And in this position, we're just sitting our tail down on our heels and just trying our best to stretch forward. On your next inhale, you can sit up. Then we're going to move to our staff pose. So bringing the legs out in front of you, sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to reach up overhead once and reach forward towards our toes. It's okay if you can't reach your toes. You can reach for your ankles, your shins, your knees, whatever feels good, but just make sure you're hinging from the hips to start. The longer you hold, whenever you exhale, it should allow you to move deeper into the stretch. So just keep that in mind. On your next inhale, we are going to come up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. And from here, we're going to take our right leg, bring it over the left, and then take your left arm and wrap it around your right knee and twist from your torso and upper body. Remember, never going too far. So a lot of this class today is going to be spine work, or has been spine work. So it's just really wringing out the spine. A lot of us sit at desks and we're compressing into the spine a lot. So this just helps wring it out and works on mobility. Come back to center, and we'll do the opposite side. Bring the left leg now over the right. Right arm around left knee, twisting from the torso, looking over the left. Continue to breathe. Coming back to center. From here, we can now move to our backs. So allowing the body to just relax for a moment. The legs are elongated out in front of you. And just finding a moment of stillness. Continuing to breathe deep into your belly. And on your next inhale, we're going to bring the right leg up towards the knee, flexing the right ankle, drawing that knee towards the right underarm. So this is just working on hip mobility. When you're ready, you can bring the right leg up over the left, just twisting now the lower body. And bringing your arms out into T position. You can even look in the opposite direction. Just allow the body to relax into this stretch, into this twist. It's helpful to even put your left hand on your right knee just to help it stretch down a little further. And then let's come back to center. Stretching the arms, or stretching the legs out in front of you once again, taking a moment to pause. And on your next inhale, let's bring the knee closer to the chest, the left knee this time, drawing it towards that left underarm. And when you're ready, you can draw that left leg up over the right, bringing the arms out into T position and looking in the opposite direction. Allow the body to relax. Your next inhalation, bringing your body back to center. And now we are moving into our final resting pose, into Savasana, our corpse pose. So find what feels good for you here, just allowing the body to relax into all the stretching and twisting that we just did. Allowing the feet to fall open. The hips to just relax. Your breathing to deepen. Arms are in a position that feels good for your body. Relaxing any tension that you might have in your face. And just relax. And when you're ready, you can begin to bring movement back to your body. Wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. maybe fluttering your eyelashes. And then rolling to one side before we begin to close our class. And then coming back up into your seated position, your easy pose. I just want to take a moment to thank you for joining me today. It's always good when you make time for yourself, for some movement, for some stretching, but especially for some deep breathing. So I want to thank you and thank yourself for taking time. Just remember that with everything that is going on in the world today, that is important for you to really rest your mind. So thank you once again for joining me.